Welcome back to the channel, Dune Personnel. This is 141 Division, and today we are going to be talking about water storage and also me talking over a sandstorm, because it's like this game knows every single time I'm about to make a video. Anyway, we're going to have two tried and true methods. One is going to be a quick and fast way, as long as you have the resources available to you. Number two is going to be my personal favorite, because it is guaranteed to get you a crap ton of water within an hour or less. With that being said, let's jump straight into the video after I get done with this damn sandstorm. Now, with the fastest method being out there, as long as, like I said, you have the available resources, which we are going to assume that you do, and if not, then I will be showing you how you can find what you need to find in order to be able to get the necessary tools that you need. We're going to be starting with the Survival Fabricator. Going in here and going under the Water Discipline tab, one of the quickest things that you could wind up doing is grabbing a Dew Scythe Mark IV and a Deka Leader John. This Leader John is going to be containing about 10,000 milliliters of water capacity. Now, taking a look, you will be able to see that I just have enough storage to carry not one, not five, but 10 of these Deka Leader Johns. With this, you are technically carrying 100,000 milliliters of water on you. That is a decent amount. Now, if you also have a Dew Scythe of at least Mark IV, you will also be gathering a decent amount of water yield, especially if you are doing this by pressing T. And if you look at the top right hand section, you're going to see that there is a daytime, nighttime, and an optimal dew time cycle. You sadly can't see it right now, but at the top right, if you're playing your game at any time, you'll be able to see that at some point you're going to see a blue icon with a raindrop. That is going to be your optimal dew gathering process time. Now, you'll be able to go into the research tab, click under Water Discipline, and we are going to be looking at the aluminum products. Hopefully you are at this stage, because it'll make your life a lot easier as long as you have the necessary materials, so then you can wind up grabbing these resources that you need. Once you get yourself a Dew Scythe Mark IV and you get yourself about 10 of these Deka Leader Johns, you will be able to utilize not just any other type of map, but this map right here. Using the interactive map, which I have made a video on, and multiple other videos. If you want to go ahead and take a look at that, I will leave a link in the description for that YouTube video. You will be able to notice that if you type in water at the top left hand corner, you will have access to all of the locations where you can grab water. Now, my personal favorite on grabbing water, especially if you want to do this within that small time window, you want to make sure that you go to the northeast area right here. This is where you're going to have a lot of plants. Anywhere from here, this section, or if you have an ornithopter, scout ornithopter preferably, you could actually fly from these locations, so you could still hit that optimal dew time process, and then you're coming back with 100,000 milliliters easily for your base. You didn't have to grab any blood, you didn't have to wait. All you had to do was just a little bit of quick grinding, and then you automatically get 100,000. And who knows, if you're quick enough, you can go right back outside, you can grab a little bit more. So it's guaranteed of at least 100,000 milliliters for your base. Hopefully you have the water storage capacity for that. If you don't, then you might want to hold off on this video just for a little bit until you can guaranteed have that amount of storage space, because if not, then you're going to be carrying a lot of water on you for a long time. Another very important thing that you might want to utilize so then you can optimize your efficiency when it comes to collecting water from plants, or dew gathering as they say inside of the game, is head over to your skills tab, over to your planetologist, and under scientist, you're going to see this passive skill. It is called dew gathering. Now, if you get the time and the availability, I highly suggest that you take advantage of this, as I'm doing right now, so you can increase these skills and make sure that you're getting more for your grind. As you can see, Dew Reaper yield is now located at 15%. You can get it all the way up to 20% with whatever dew scythe that you currently have. Obviously, the higher the mark, the better that you wind up getting. And you also, like I said before, you want to keep an eye on your time period during the night. As you see on the right hand side, it says poor dew harvest time. That is because I am not within that optimal window. And if you look at the top right hand corner, I am not anywhere near that optimal window. So if you're going to be doing this process, make sure that you're using the correct steps, so then you're not wasting your time and you're getting more bang for your buck. If you do this within the optimal window, on top of using the passive skill and getting a higher mark scythe while also holding as much leader johns as you possibly can, you're going to increase your effectiveness at being able to use the quickest farming method, so you could bring even more water back to your base and for your character to drink, so he's not drying up like a raisin on a sunny day at the beach. I wish we were at the beach, but sadly we're here grinding. And that is going to conclude option 1 of this farming method for water. I'm going to make sure to put up all of the necessary information for you to get the materials that you need in order for you to go out into the wild and grab some water as quickly as possible. Stay tuned. And now we talk about my personal favorite, option number 2 for water farming. And no, it is not the improved blood purifier. It's these guys. The advanced Fremen Death Still. This is what I would consider, I hope other people consider it, an endgame item, because this is the highest tier of the Death Still that you could possibly get within the game. And if you do some slight calculations, this is going to get you a shit ton of water. A lot, especially if you got 6 of these beds just chilling right in front of you, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. The reason why I personally like the Advanced Fremen Death Still is because where it differs from the regular one or any other one is because these Death Stills, if we go into it, it will give you a processing time of only 50 minutes, which might sound long, but 50 minutes, you throw down 6 of these beds, and these are all working for you simultaneously while you go do other things. It could be anywhere from doing your missions, resource gathering, buying stuff, looking pretty, going for a walk, bothering the sandworm, gathering spice, whatever the case may be. Most of the time when you go out and you do these things, time will wind up flying by, and by the time you come back, you'll have just enough time for you to switch out those bodies, put in new ones, and then you're good to go. Which each bed giving you 45,000 milliliters in 50 minutes. And if you drop down 6 of them, if we do some math right here, that's going to be a whopping 270,000 milliliters within 50 minutes. That sounds awesome. I mean, this is basically you passively getting water while you're out doing whatever it is that you're doing, and you're getting that much water in what I would like to think a short period amount of time. And you also don't have to spend hours trying to get half of that water just so that it'll be gone in 20 seconds because you decided to go and start using all of your water for your ore mining, which, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but at the end of the day, this does make a good amount of sense. Worst thing that you'll have to do is probably take, like, what, 10 minutes killing other enemies within the game, picking up their bodies, throwing it into an assault ornithopter that has the storage attachment. Then you'll be able to go on just one run. You'll be able to get yourself almost a full, if not a completely full storage container worth of dead bodies. I promise you, I'm not crazy, I'm just thirsty, alright? Especially my ores. My ores are always thirsty. Now, with it being 270,000 milliliters of water within 50 minutes, 10 minutes of going around killing some enemies that are most likely by your base anyway on an assault ornithopter or scout ornithopter if you want to make 2 trips or 3 trips, which is completely fine. It's still going to be significantly less time than you going around grabbing these and filling them up with blood, because that's going to take significantly longer, only for you to wait for the blood to process anyway. So if you ask me, That's a pretty damn good way to keep your base flowing with water with the minimum amount of grinding process. Because you could use that time for other things, like gathering ore, especially endgame items like titanium, stravidium, and making plastanium. Because plastanium, for the Dune Awakening personnel that know what it takes to make plastanium, it's a lot of water for just one. About 1,250 to be exact. Now, I've already done some of the calculations. With 6 beds down and you getting 270,000 milliliters of water, all you would have to do is drop down about a total of 11 of the medium water cisterns, which are these ones in front of me, in order for you to be able to hold 6 that the 6 beds offer within that time frame. You could throw down even more so then you can keep that going even if you're not using the water, so then you just have more and more water over time. And if you don't want to have medium water cisterns, you could also opt in for large water cisterns, which hold a whopping 100,000 milliliters of water by default. So if you have the time and you have the resources and you unlock that in the research tab anyway, then you are literally balling. This is something that will gradually help you along the way. You won't have to worry about killing yourself getting all the ores that you would ever possibly need, or making sure that your character is not constantly thirsty, and you won't also have to take up even more time for grabbing water. Now, obviously, I am not going to talk to you guys about these small water cisterns. I am almost not wanting these at all within my base, because let's say I had nothing but these small water cisterns, I would need 9 of them for just one advanced Fremen Death Still bed. 9 for one. That's crazy. Like, I would have to, if I was just using these, I would have to line up my entire roof of my base, which isn't that big to begin with, in order to hold that many. And even then, if you want to get more, then you're going to have to add way more than your minimum required amount. Now, granted, you know, I'm not judging. Do whatever it is that you got to do. Take this information and make your own way, because at the end of the day, this is how it works.
Sector
There's
weather
100.
alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I hate these sandstorms. There's 100 different ways to skin a chicken, so at the end of the day, do what works best for you. Now, with all that being said, with all the information that I provided you, this is basically about it. Hopefully you guys get the ability to get these advanced Fremen Death Stills, or if not these, at least the regular Fremen Death Stills. They do increase the time for body processing up to 10 minutes, so it'll be 60 minutes instead of 50, and it also gives you about half of the water liter, about like half. I think it's like 25,000 instead of 45,000. So at the end of the day, you know, I understand we were all there once before starting out, or if we're not at this level, that is completely fine. Just do whatever it is that you have to do. Take these steps lightly and make it your own. Just do whatever it is that you need to do in order to get up there, even if you do have to wind up using these improved blood purifiers. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna try to finish this up here because I don't like these sandstorms and it's difficult to talk over it because my game is loud. If you guys appreciated the video, I'd also appreciate a like and subscribe. Any further type of content that you guys want or looking for, or just general questions, please notify me and I will make sure to get that information to you guys as soon as possible. This is 141 Division and I hate sandstorms. Catch you later. Stay gaming.